What is up, my dudes? Well, we got a little outro going back over here again. Sorry about that little intro bit. Little loop track on. Sorry about that. And what is up, my dudes? Mess with the settings a little bit here. This past Friday, my grandfather took me to a Chinese buffet, and for some reason, the sushi was just calling my name, guys. So I reached for the sushi rolls, and believe it or not, there was a pickle in one of them. Took one bite, immediately knew I had made a horrible mistake. Very similar to the feeling that those guys who drafted Bucky Irving in the second round felt last year. Thankfully, the soft serve ice cream machine was working overtime and saved the day. Not a bad lunch overall, just like most of your fantasy football drafts. Even the worst ones are still a good time, even if your brother-in-law is in the league. Note to self, don't eat sushi at Chinese buffets. This week's episode diving into those early round reaches. So, guys, I'm joined by Jordan and Seth. Guys, how we doing? You doing okay? Jordan, you hanging in there?
Yeah, I got two comments on that intro. I don't understand why you would eat sushi at Chinese buffet. That's first comment. Makes no sense. I don't know what's wrong with you. You're a sick person.
That's the least of the issues there.
Two, ChatGPT is working overtime for you.
Maybe
good job,
so. Maybe
Chat.
so. No, that really happened. That all happened there.
Oh, I understand that all happened, but you're not that good at writing, so
you got to do a little bit of work, Jordan. You can't, you got to use it as a tool. All that did happen. Main reason I went, and I do not use ChatGPT for what it's worth. I don't use it.
You use whatever other AI.
Well, catch up with the times. Anyways, the bigger question is why does my grandpa like Chinese buffet in Dinuba? And that's why I reached for the sushi, because nothing there looked that good. And honestly, I think this is the only time I've had bad sushi in my life.
I've been there one time. I think the Chinese buffet.
It's okay. I just wasn't feeling like orange chicken. I don't know.
Yeah. We just go to Panda. Like, if you want Chinese food, just go to Panda. It's better, probably.
I do not disagree with you at all, Jordan. I do not disagree with you. I got invited to lunch, thought I dodged a bullet. I did not. It was Chinese buffet, and there we were. It just kind of is how it happened there.
And the last time I went to that one was probably like 8 years ago. It was a long time ago.
Seth, what are you thinking about the Buffalo Wild Wings all-you-can-eat appetizers? For Dynasty rookie drafts, I think that's kind of a go-to right now. $9.99 all-you-can-eat appetizers. So that's like all-you-can-eat mozzarella sticks. I think
it's kind of a big deal. Like, you could only eat apps.
It's true. I think certain amount of people, the number goes up.
Where you could just not get wings and just get apps.
Yeah, no, I think it's a real thing, and I think that's kind of what I want to do. The bottomless apps for $9.99, big deal. Onion rings, nachos. Looks like they got nuggets, mozzarella sticks. They got it all there. So worth, not a terrible thing right there. People say that the economy's dead. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. That's like better than McDonald's. Get an iced tea, call it good.
Have you done it yet, Trent? Have you gone?
I don't know the last time I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Do you go there a lot, Jordan?
No, I don't mind it though. I just wondering if you've been with the new the bottomless apps.
Personally, I think I'd like it better if I went with by myself. There's a lot of stuff to watch there. If I want to watch the game, I love Buffalo Wild Wings. But if I'm wanting to go and actually talk to somebody at a dinner, it's very hard to do. I just feel like it's too loud. Maybe. And with that being said, we have our boomer sports takes, Mount Rushmore at the end, and maybe I sound like a boomer right there saying that it's just too loud. Like I can't have a conversation. Maybe my ears aren't doing that.
I mean, if you're just hanging out with your buddies, you don't need to have deep conversation. You can just have conversation about the game.
I
know,
but I feel like I have trouble having conversation about the game there. It's loud. I don't know.
You're getting old, Trent.
Seth, what do you think?
40 here, or what's the problem here?
Yeah, what do you think, Seth? I think I'm overwhelmed. I can't focus in there. I don't know. Chili's.
You're like my grandma at the dinner table. You can't focus.
No, I just can't. I just can't hear. I don't know.
Always think someone's touching your thermostat.
Exactly. Seth, are you a B-dubs guy? Like, do you like it? Do you like the atmosphere?
I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings since I was in high school. You went a lot when I was in high school.
I like Chili's. I feel more at home at Chili's than Buffalo Wild Wings.
I went to Chili's to try that triple dipper. Disgusting. Never going back to Chili's again.
I haven't been to Chili's in like a year. I don't know if I've ever been to a Chili's. It's been a long time if I have been.
I went to an Applebee's.
It is just like it's like they want their food to be like a little bit nicer, but it's like fast food, dinner food. If that makes sense. It's like fast.
It's like
food
Denny's, right? It's like dinner.
Yes, it's like
Denny's,
at home meals, but fast food. That makes sense.
Yeah,
like it sucks.
The whole Applebee's, Chili's, like
I'm
Sizzler,
not a fan. Like I think there's some fun things you could do, I'm sure, but like just it's not good.
I don't feel like Buffalo Wild Wings is that much better than Chili's, guys.
I mean, it's wings.
I don't go to
just going for the wings. Like,
yeah, but you get that at Chili's. Like that lava taco at Chili's is pretty dynamite. If you ask me, that's pretty good. But go with a couple buddies. I don't know. I have a good time. I have a good time at Chili's every time. I don't know. But guys, we could get into a little bit of football here now. We talked a lot of food. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to go from there. But David Njoku to the Chargers. I like it for Justin Herbert. I don't know if I'd like it for David Njoku because a few weeks ago I said I thought Gaddison was one of the biggest offseason winners of the year. Now I don't think we can say that for him. Njoku, a red zone target. Could Njoku actually be the number 2 option in this Chargers offense?
Yeah, and Njoku also wasn't good last year, though.
Yeah, but it was with the Browns, like with the whole, duct tape type quarterback revolving door situation.
Yeah, but it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt Harold Fannin Jr.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. Honestly, like I still just think he's a red zone guy that could be. And I feel like maybe he even checked out a little bit because he's kind of been a streaky tight end.
Number 2 in San Diego is a super stretch.
You mean tight end number 2 or option number 2, Seth?
Did you say option or tight end 2?
I said option number 2. Could he be option number 2?
No, not even be close. He's like 5.
He's gonna be like option 5. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
behind Ladd and who else? You think he's behind Gadsden,
Quentin, QJ, or Gadsden, Trey Harris?
It wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't ahead of QJ. Trey Harris is going to be good. You're right, but QJ, I don't know.
They might throw the ball to Amari Hampton more.
Or Keaton Mitchell. And don't sleep on they signed Charlie Kohler first. Like they signed Charlie Kohler first before Njoku.
I think it's going to be one of those things where it is just a lot of weapons. I don't know if I think it's going to be like just pulling stuff out of a hat.
The league is also moving to a 3 tight end. Like a lot of more teams are going to start doing the 3 tight end sets. 3 tight end sets is going to start becoming more popular. It's why the Jaguar or 2 tight end, a lot of 2 tight end, 3 tight end, multiple tight end sets is kind of the new thing in the league. So it's why the Jaguars drafted the guy in the 2nd round at Texas A&M because you need blocking tight ends. You need multiple tight ends. Who is the Rams, right? What the Rams did all year.
Yeah, the
with
Rams
2-3 tight end sets. And that's the league's going to start trending towards that. So, I mean, I get that's why they have 3 capable tight ends now, but they also have 3 good receivers. Running backs who can catch the ball.
Seth, do you want to tackle the chat?
And Njoku flat out wasn't good last year. So,
yeah, I don't know who that guy is he's talking about, but I'm not going to read that or put it on there. I don't know if that's a guy that
I don't know if you want me to manage the chat when it's that, but
yeah, I can't. So chat is not on the screen, but if there's something good, we will pull it up for sure. Give us the like, give us the sub. Yeah, I think Chargers, I think, could be really, really good. AFC West is going to be tough. Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers. And then I had one guy tell me Chargers win the offseason every single year. What's the big deal? So I know Jordan said that in the past before.
It's kind of a good point.
Yeah. So Looking at that, I saw something on age percentages from Ian Harditz that I wanted to pull up here, Jordan, and show it to you. And it was it says percentage of top 12 fantasy producers by over the age. Sorry. Percentage of top 12 fantasy producers by age over the last 10 years, PPR per game ranks, minimum 8 games. So I'm going to share this here and you can look at it. It's just kind of interesting to see for quarterbacks. And there's just a lot of them, every position here. So can you guys see that there? Can you read it a little bit or no? So you look at this here.
So this is what? Average age of what?
Percentage of top position. 12 fantasy football producers by age over the last 10 years.
Got you.
So running backs happen to be perfect 25.
Yeah, they fall off a cliff at
the optimum age for every position is 25 except for quarterback.
Tight end, though. Look at tight end, age 29, it bumps up. It actually tight ends behind, which is stuff we've seen. So like quarterback, the cliff happens at, well, man, and that's the thing. Like Tom Brady totally screwed this thing up. And who's the other guys? 35 plus is 14% on here.
Well, quarterback's just aged, right? Like,
yeah, but you could figure out who all those guys are who are 35 on this list.
Okay, so
is it
Trent,
Stafford and Brady?
Yeah, but I mean, since when? This is since what year?
Last 10 years, so since 2015.
Yeah, so a lot of guys.
Okay, Trent. So I hate to burst your bubble here. Top 12 running back, Derrick Henry is 32.
I know. No, I saw that as soon as I saw this, Jordan.
But is he
31?
He did not possible.
Though.
So is he the only guy who's done it at 30 and 31?
What did McCaffrey do 2 years ago? McCaffrey was pretty good 2 years ago, or he was hurt, right?
Well, McCaffrey's 29, Trent, so he's 29, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so at 28, he didn't have as good of a year. I was thinking McCaffrey was 30 for some reason.
So the 2% at 30 and 31, is that Derrick Henry?
I think it is Derrick Henry.
Okay, so
that's like Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs are at the top.
Yeah, and then wide receivers is
25. It's 20. Let's be honest. 25 is kind of the peak. 25 is the peak age you want. Because even at quarterback,
it really makes sense. It's like you're not a rookie. If you're good, you're good, right? It makes sense.
Well, and what do they say? They always say your peak athleticism is what? Your prime is your mid-20s, right? From athletically. So like running back, receiver, tight end, there's all. And let's be honest, quarterback, it does drop off significantly until like, and also 35 plus has more years involved too. So like,
yeah, that's skewed by a ton.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, say that last part again, Jordan.
35 plus has 7 years involved. So like, it could be 35 to 42. Like, so
true. That's true.
Like if you took 30 to 34, that's almost the 14% too. You know what I'm saying? If you lump that all together too.
Who are the tight ends on here? Like, is it Gronk and Travis Kelce that have pushed this, up at 32? And like even 29 for tight ends. Like tight ends is actually a little later, I feel like.
Well, because
it stays 12% for a while.
Yeah. You don't need to be as athletically, like your athleticism can last a little longer, I think, in the tight end position.
True. But anyways, yeah, I saw this, Jordan. I thought of Derrick Henry right away when I saw it on there. So I was like,
well, are you going to retract? It's literally no. 10 years.
No, I'm not going to retract, but I thought of it. And then I thought even of, I put a post out today just to see, like, I think we can kind of hop into the main topic of this. And, I was thinking CMC, and I just said, be honest, who are your biggest early round reaches you're avoiding in drafts? I put that on X. And just some comments of what guys said. Nothing on our list made this list, believe it or not, on X from guys. I had 14 people reply. So I can just I can read a couple of these. And Stardom Situm said CMC is worth the risk. 50-50 chance of helping you win your league. I don't feel great about taking Justin Jefferson in the first round, though.
I thought about
you
that
guys,
one.
Yeah. What do you think? You guys out on Jefferson?
I think it goes to like, do you trust Kyler Murray? If he starts, or do you trust McCarthy? Do you trust Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy? I don't trust either one of them. So that's kind of where I'm at with.
So you're out on Jefferson completely. Then you would say
in the
first round, just first round, Jordan. He's going to be a first round guy. Would you take him in the first round? I'm thinking, and I'm a Kyler Murray fan. I don't know. I think I'd rather. Man, if you have Justin Jefferson on your board and it's like after pick 5, I think you take him, right? It seems like such good value. They did bring in, they brought in Jennings. You got Addison, so it is a little bit more stronger.
So are you taking A-Chain or Justin Jefferson?
I think I'd go A-Chain. And
are you taking Drake London or Justin Jefferson?
I take Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback now in Atlanta? That's bad of me that I don't know.
Penix, you knew that.
Oh, Penix is coming back?
Yeah. And they got Tua as a backup.
Okay, Tua. That's who I thought they. There's a world where Tua wins that job, right? Like,
for sure.
You think right off the bat? Like, maybe. I would think I guess it's a new GM, so I guess you're right.
So, like, Amon-Ra or Justin Jefferson?
I'd go Amon-Ra.
Omarion Hampton or Justin Jefferson?
I think you'd get a lot of calls for reaching on Hampton, but I'm a Hampton guy. I think I'd go Hampton. Yeah. But first
they round, are going ADP is 14-15 for Jefferson Hampton.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna? It depends. Like if you think the league's gonna be running the ball a lot or throwing it. I think a little bit more.
Well, here's the thing, Jefferson.
Guys, Kenneth Walker is going like 9th overall.
I know.
Do you realize that? Like, is that ringing a bell? Because that is freaking crazy.
Well,
it's a different ADP than one.
Yeah, and the people drafting right now are kind of psychos too, right? Like, I don't think there's fair weather people doing mock drafts.
Like, okay, that one has. Let me look at this ADP. This ADP, I don't know what.
Justin Jefferson's going 2-2 right now. I don't think you're passing him at 2-2.
On this one, on this ADP I'm looking at, which I'm trying to. It's one source. I can't find the source. I don't know. This one has him going at 10 overall.
Yeah,
and like Kenneth Walker at 15. This is. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that someone just putting it on there? Yeah, I'm just looking at sleeper
Fantasy Pros. It's Fantasy Pros. It's consensus of one source, and I can't find the source. I don't know what the source
CD
is.
Lamb or Justin Jefferson, Jordan?
CD Lamb. That's so easy.
CD Lamb. Oh, this is Underdog. So I'm looking at Underdog Fantasy. Underdog ADP is Justin Jefferson at 10 and Kenneth Walker at 15. So,
yeah. And then Fantasy Football Commish said, Puka, I always avoid him at cost and just know the year I grab him, he's going to be down. Stay upright off my team, good sir. And honestly, with the off-field situation with Puka, I feel like he might drop more.
There's some risk with Puka, to be honest.
Yeah. And then Jeremy Eckern.
I mean, the guy, Puka is one live stream away from like getting like
in more trouble than Rashee Rice.
Yes, because of his words. He'll say something really stupid.
Yeah. Junior Gunn said JSN kind of scares me at his ADP. They lost a coach and their best running back. What do you think about that, Seth? Do you think JSN just total bounce, same thing?
No, you definitely draft him. Definitely.
Lots of Bucky Irvings in here, and then one guy said Jeremiah Love. So I thought there was some good feedback on X right there. I like that. I like putting the questions out there, coming back to him with the video. Gives us a little bit of content there. So thank you for everyone who reached out. Stay tuned. Get on the show, join us live, give us the like and the sub. Next one we got. So I'm going to, with that being said, let's get into our early reaches. This is something new we've done before. We've kind of done guys we've stayed away from. I thought the early reaches was kind of a good, topic that we could do for this time of year. Jordan, I'm going to hand it off to you first. I'll split you guys up here.
I'll be honest, like part of me doesn't want him to go to the back. I think he gave the same guy last year. I think we did it closer to the year though. I think it was different topic, but
it was a different topic. It was just guys didn't want. I think early rounds a little different.
I just don't see it with Ashton Genty. Okay, so Underdog has him at 12. Sleeper has him at going 12. So they're both 12 in both Sleeper and Redraft, Underdog and Best Ball. I just don't see it. I don't know why I don't see it, but he was not that good last year. He 975 yards, 5 touchdowns. There's just not a lot. And I just have the same concerns I had last year. They're just not he did have more receiving upside than I thought. He had 346 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns receiving, but only 5 rushing touchdowns. Again, like you're talking rookie quarterback. Defense team that's not going to be very good. I don't think the Raiders are going to be good. So teams that are playing from behind, they're going to try to stop the run. And I don't know. Part of me thinks that Ashton Genty is just not that good. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't think he's that good. Or I think he's overvalued and like people think he's better than what he actually is. They drafted a running back in the 4th round in Mike Washington. So they have another guy there now. Like, obviously, I'm not saying that's going to cut into him a ton, but maybe that cuts some of his 3-down work in, 3-down work down. So I don't know. I just don't love where he's going because, again, you're talking about a running back on a bad team that's going in the 1st round after really I feel like he really turned it on the last, quarter of the season. The first 3 quarters of the season, I feel like he wasn't that good. I don't know if I pull up, his game log, if they would back up what I feel like happened. I don't know if you guys kind of feel like that's also what happened, but
I haven't, not only the game log, he had 975 rushing yards on 266 attempts, 5 TDs. His receiving did come on a little, 73 targets, 55 receptions, 346 yards. His ADP is a lot better this year than what it was last year, is all I will say, Jordan. He's going back of the 1st and not mid to early 1st. I don't know if that jumps up this year.
Here's my issue with them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go.
He only had 200-yard rushing games. I mean, think about that. He had more games with rushing with less than 40 yards rushing than he did over 100 yards rushing. Games of 38, 43, 21, 42, 31, 30, 35. I mean, that's just not a whole lot going on there. He ran for less than 4 yards per carry.
Yeah. Well, they did add Tyler Lindenbaum, right? They added a new center. That should help. I would think. I don't think it can get worse. They brought in, that's just depth. They drafted
he had a 6 carry for 7-yard game, Trent.
Yeah. Yeah. The Raiders had one of the worst offensive lines last year. We'll see if it gets better. The other running back doesn't worry me. So what worries me to this is their coach. It's kind of everyone's getting the vibe that he wants to use 2 running backs. It's kind of how, Genty's the guy, but he's going to be, having a spell back a little bit, doing some other stuff, kind of like what we saw in Seattle. Like everybody wondered why Kenneth Walker didn't get the ball more. I don't know if that's exactly what will happen there, but it is a little rich, I would say, if that's going to be your first running back coming off the board, looking at ADP, because if you look at the ADP of Genty, he's going What do you say, Jordan? He's going 12, 112, what I'm seeing.
12. Yeah. And everything.
So, yeah. So you could go like Genty and then follow it up with Jefferson or Hampton or Devon Achane and just get those two running backs. And then, you just see what you get, coming back in round 3 at wide receiver. Will Drake London ever get out of the second round? That's all I'm thinking of looking at this list.
Okay. I'm taking Devon Achane over Ashton Genty every single time.
More explosive, more explosive, better pass catcher, less talent around him. He does have that like injury where he's got injured before, right? Like hamstrings, stuff like that. But he's a home run hitter, and he usually gets 1 home run a game.
So, what's the argument for Genty over Saquon? Just younger?
I would say age.
Is that the only argument? Like,
I'd say age and tush push.
But you're acting like Genty. You're acting like Genty has some crazy rushing upside either. He doesn't. Like,
no. It's just
we all agree Saquon had a down year last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a down year. He still had over 1,100 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. He had almost kind of right there with receiving yards. Like, he'd probably, I don't know.
Genty had 5 rushing TDs. Saquon had 7. So pretty close there. Saquon had a better year, but Saquon finished as RB13. Genty finished as RB16. Like, you're not dealing with that much better of a situation. And Saquon might have went like 1 or 2 in a lot of drafts. I don't know if I know anyone that had Saquon that won their league, right?
No way.
Like, I feel like
but no one won their league with Ashton Genty either, though.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Unless they had a perfect like Trey McBride and JSN or something with both of those guys. Way. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, it's. If the offensive line is better, maybe it gets a little bit better, and maybe there's a little more dump downs in this offensive play calling. I have one, Jordan, that I don't think you're going to like. I have, and it's solely off of injuring guys coming off of injuries in the past and how guys recover from this. And I brought it up a little bit last week, or not last week. 2 weeks ago. I have where is it? I have Malik Neighbors, and I just think that he got injured in week 4, tore his ACL, and serious damage to his meniscus, so he had to do all of it. And most NFL wide receivers with this same injury need 9 to 12 months to get back on the field, and a lot take closer to a full year. So I think because he had both the ACL tear and the meniscus repair, it could make the recovery a lot slower. Even though his rehab, they say, is going really well, there's still risk he won't be 100% right away. So some history from big time receivers with these injuries. Only about 6 out of every 10 receivers even make it back, playing after an ACL. Or am I reading that wrong? Sorry. First season back, most of them are 10 to 25% less productive than the year before. Jordy Nelson, Cooper Kupp are the 2 guys that have done it. More recently, Chris Godwin tore his ACL, and he had good stats with 1,000 yards, but he wasn't what he was. So that's just kind of where I am right now with that.
Here's my counterpoint to that. Jordy Nelson, Cooper Kupp were a lot older when they did it, weren't they?
True. Yes, they were a lot older. Yeah. So maybe.
So I mean,
maybe like, what's your point on that?
And even Godwin.
Oh
no, they're old. You saying they weren't good, right? Like,
no. Jordy Nelson and Cooper Kupp were really good after that. Godwin was not.
Oh, they were really good. Sorry.
Yeah. Nelson and Cooper were the 2 guys that are like the 2 freaks of, like, I think Jordy Nelson won the wide receiver, most receiving yards in the NFL after.
Okay, got you.
But like, and then Cooper was really good. Then Godwin was kind of like, he was a little older, but yeah, that's the thing, is just like most, and I'm not saying Neighbors isn't going to be good. I'm just saying, like, it might take him he might even start out on the pup.
I don't think it's as bad as you think. I thought. I mean, it does seem a little high for a guy who's coming off an injury. I mean,
yeah. I'm not like saying don't take him. I just
Here's the problem though, like in a best ball format, like you're gonna want to take Neighbors if you have Dart, like
yes, yeah, absolutely.
But so it's just I don't know. It'll be interesting to see like what I think you just need more news on Neighbors, kind of where he's at with his rehab.
The Giants are gonna be a fun watch. That's the truth. Giants are gonna be fun to watch.
Where do you think Neighbors is going right now? He's actually going lower than I thought. Like this value, I actually don't.
That's what I was saying. That's kind of the one thing I was saying is like he's going in the second round. So like I don't.
Yeah, 2.9. I thought he was going a little earlier than that. I thought he was going like the turn into the first, which is a lot. And this is updated on May 13th. So I think tomorrow. That's East Coast how they do it. Now. Yeah. So pretty recent. So I got Neighbors there. Seth, I'll throw this over to you with what you got here. Now, who had their pick in first here?
Jordan did.
You guys are just slandering Raider fans. Like,
sorry, Raiders fans, plug your ears. But so when I first got this, I was seeing Brock Bowers at 22 to 20 range, but this one I'm looking at has him at 27. I think with this one, right? Obviously, we're talking about reaches. I just think you can get better fantasy value here. When you are drafting a tight end, I feel like this early, I feel like you're passing up on guys who can give you those points kind of more almost guaranteed, right? Like, and I think you're passing up on, if Brock Bowers ends up going tight end 5, you're going to regret grabbing him here because you could have got someone, a wide receiver that finishes maybe wide receiver, 20, right? But has the same value. And I just think in terms of where he's going, I just don't like taking a tight end necessarily early. And one thing to be said too is the Raiders are unproven. I think Jordan talked about this earlier, right? Like it's just the offense, you can't fully trust it yet. I think there's a lot of hype behind it, and I honestly am hyped about it. And it just seems like for me, I'm not going to want to grab him yet. I think we've seen his ceiling, and I think at this spot, I just am going to avoid him completely. Like I think I'd rather have, I'm seeing a Bucky Irving right here or a George Pickens. Like I think those are the guys I'm going to want to grab in that area. And I'm just saying, like, drafting him as a top 20 overall player just seems silly to me because I don't think he's going to finish there. And I mean, he had a great rookie season, right? And also had a decent year last year, but I think this year is not going to be anything crazy. Like we have a new Raiders coach. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be. I'm just not excited about it, if that makes sense.
So it's hard to pass up. Brock's actually going later than I thought. Looking at this, I put a poll on X and I'll just pull it up right now. I put a poll on X for Dynasty, so it's a little bit different than redraft. I just said, who would you rather have in Dynasty, Brock Bowers or Trey McBride? Who would you guys rather have there? You guys both Brock. You're McBride, Jordan?
I think McBride is the only tight end that I'm drafting early. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, to McBride or Malik Neighbors. I think I'm taking McBride, to be honest. McBride or Drake London. I think I'm taking McBride. Okay. Now then I go to like Brock Bowers. Rashee Rice or Brock Bowers? Taking Rashee Rice. Brock Bowers and Nico Collins. I think I'm taking Nico Collins. Like I think the floor with Trey McBride is so much higher than the floor with Brock Bowers. Like, and at the end of the day, like we know Jacoby Brissett isn't anything special, but we know he's gonna get the ball to Trey McBride, right? Like, so, and I just have questions with that Raiders offense.
I think that's the big thing for me is I think you can get better value at that ADP spot, and the question about the Raiders offense is the biggest thing.
So, who would you rather have in Dynasty, Brock Bowers or Trey McBride? And I said Dynasty, Jordan, not redraft, and I think your answer is the same. 257 votes total. 75.1% said Brock Bowers. I thought it would be closer than that.
Is there like an age thing that I'm missing here? Let's
Trey McBride's a little older, not a ton, but I was surprised. Like I thought it'd be closer. I didn't think Brock would have like more than 60.
I think that's recent hype with the Raiders. I think that has something to do with it.
No, I mean, there's a 3-year gap, age gap. Brock's 23, McBride's 26. I think what it comes down to is people are really excited about Fernando Mendoza, and they're really thinking Mendoza's going to be really good.
That's what I'm saying. It's recency bias.
There is more questions with the quarterback situation in Arizona, right?
For sure.
So
yeah. So
and
a lot of it,
and McBride has more competition for target. Like in theory, there's Marvin Harrison Jr. and Michael Wilson, right? And Jeremiah Love, where the Raiders really don't have a wide receiver, right? Am I missing something with the wide receiver?
They brought somebody in. I cannot remember who it was, who they brought in at the moment.
I mean, he's competing with Jalen Naylor, Trey Tucker, and Jack
Naylor.
Beck, so like Dante Thornton, so they didn't really draft anyone crazy high this year. So I think that's probably why the sentiment is there. He's 3 years younger. There is a franchise quarterback there. There's less competition for targets. I just think Trey McBride's a freaking stud. And like we saw at tight end, good tight ends can last until their early 30s, right? So and
so
like
even
I think,
this, there was only one comment for Trey McBride. It just shocked me that it was this much. And maybe guys are thinking regression. Can McBride be as good as what he was last year? Maybe they think Marvin Harrison's a little bit better this year. Michael Wilson was good last year. There's more competing targets there for McBride than there is Bowers. And that could just be what it comes down to. Even Love could be, take some targets away, some dump downs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what came. It just shocked me it was that big of a landslide there with Brock and Trey McBride. I thought it'd be closer.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and people were coming at me acting like I had, 3 eyes, like I was a total moron for asking that question. I thought it was a decent question there. So that is our early round reaches there, guys. I think we'll be doing a mock draft next week. We have not done a mock draft this year. We've not done a best ball draft. I have enjoyed the format of the episodes this offseason. They're a little quieter in the chat. I think people are still getting used to the Tuesdays. I have gotten a sub on here though, so we do appreciate that. What am I looking for here? So I got our Mount Rushmore, guys, and I thought it was just boomer sports takes. There's a lot, and I just think of rants that I go on myself that people always come after me, even though I know I'm right, calling me a boomer. And one of them is I would say number 0 in sports. I hate the number 0 in sports. And I feel like the younger generation likes number 0 on a jersey. And I don't know if this is something where you want it to be your own take, or if you just want it to be the all-time takes. I know we could all be like, the game was tougher back in my day or something like that. Do any of you have, Seth, there's all the guys that hate
analytics. Analytics are ruining the game.
That's yours there. I kind of dislike analytic guy. I agree with that one, Seth.
I don't think they're ruining the game. I think it helps teams win. There's so many times where I'm I look at the analyst, he says go for it. When it's 50%, it's okay, that's dumb. But I think when it's 75% and it's saying go for it, and you actually really think about it, I'm I think that makes sense. But then also too, I do think that it does negatively affect the confidence, or maybe just I don't even know what the word to say for it is, maybe just the ballsiness of going for something. You know what I mean? It's hey, why not just go for 2 right now? Let's go. Let's go for the win. I can appreciate that. Whereas the analytics say, hey, kick the extra point in overtime. I'm nah, man, get on the line and just smash mouth run the football and win the game. Come on. That hypes you up.
I think he has this flip, Jordan. I feel like analytics guy doesn't say kick the field goal. Analytics says go for 2. Am I right on that take?
No, it just depends. It's what the analytics say. Everything's a little different.
I'm not saying I think the thing saying analytics are ruining the game is dumb, but I can get it slightly. I think maybe sometimes coaches do it too much, but I don't think it's ruining the game. I actually think it helps it. Because I think it makes people more aggressive at times, But then I also think it makes it too passive at times. I think it can sway both ways, but I think most of the time it makes people more aggressive. And that's what you want to see in games, is people being aggressive and confident in doing stuff that, maybe traditionally they wouldn't do because of analytics or no analytics, I guess.
The one that kills me is when teams don't kick the field goal, they go for it. And I'm not saying the extra point. I'm saying when you're on like the 20 and it's like 4th and 4 and they go for it and then they don't get it. And it's like, you guys just kept, going for it. And you're in this whole, like, seems like the Lions have like a game or two a year where it's like, if you guys would just kick the field goal, you would have won by 2, but you went for it on 4th down. You didn't get any of them. And here you are.
Yeah, I think if you're down by 21, right, I think that's pretty dumb. But I think if you're down 14, it doesn't, I think it makes sense.
Jordan, do you have something here? Are you like, you hate the replay in baseball? Or you like all of it?
No, I think I think a boomer take is NIL is ruining college sports.
So you like
a boomer
it.
take. Like I just don't think it ruins. I don't
it's
think
making
it ruins
it iffy for
sports.
sure.
Like
I don't know if it's ruining.
I don't think it's ruining anything because the product on the TV is almost better. Like college basketball is at its best ever, like talent wise, because guys are staying in college at a lot longer, and you're getting guys who are more experienced. In football, like you're gonna get does it ruin the small schools? Maybe, but at the highest level of college football. But at the highest level of college football, the product on your TV screen is going to be better. SEC football will be better than it's ever been because you're going to get the most talent it's ever had. It might be
the only conference that's good because they have all the money.
Well, but the Big Ten's not going anywhere either. And that. My point though is that it's not ruining college sports. Is it changing college sports?
I think it's changing it. I don't think it necessarily ruins it.
But you are still going to get.
I will say it ruins small schools.
Yes,
I'll say that.
In the grand scheme of things,
I don't think the NIL killed college sports for me. I think conference realignment's what messed it up for me. The Pac-12 was perfect. You had public schools, you had private schools, you had North, you had South. It was everything. Stanford, USC, Oregon State, USC, UCLA, Arizona State. The whole Pacific, Atlantic, South, North was so much better than now Oregon's going to get on a plane and they're going to go play a basketball game in Ohio State. It's just the whole traveling, the conference realignment bugged me more.
Well, I actually see, and again, I think that's a boomer take too. I think the only take that is acceptable for what college sports is being ruined is the transfers. That you can just transfer willy-nilly. You can go to 4 schools in 4 years. I think that there's some correlation between NIL and transfer, but I think that you could have a NIL is not the problem. Transfer is the problem. Because if you could say, if I said, okay, guys can play at a max of 2, they get 1 free transfer, and every transfer after that, they have to sit out a year. NIL is not the problem. Guys would be staying in their spots and they get more NIL, or you get the good stuff where guys are saying strategically, I'm going to stay at this small school for 3 years, for basketball. And then I'm going to get the bag going into my senior year at the SEC, right? Cause there's their 1 free transfer. NIL is not the problem, right? It's the multiple transfers is the problem. That guys can just leave after 1 year.
Yeah. I still liked the by region better. I think the region was cool. It is a better product. Did you see that I know you don't care about this. Did you see that Arkansas dropped men's and women's tennis, which were both very good at that sport, but there's just, it's the trickle down how it's like you had a school that had 2 top 25 teams consistently that's saying, hey, we got to focus this NIL on other stuff. So they're saying and that's where it's kind of a bummer where it's like, do I care about tennis? No, I don't. But there's some other sports out there where it's like, I feel like you'd be bummed, Jordan, if Fresno State canceled their basketball team or something like there's going to be sacrifices on teams that were actually pretty good that guys are just like, hey, this isn't making us any money. It's losing us a ton of money. So that's where I don't Like, I'm wondering what schools are going to start doing that. Like, I think like the walk-on era of like guys walking on, the Baker Mayfields are gone. Like those days are gone. And that's where I don't like it. Like, I like the guys like, hey, this guy walked on. He made the team. He's an All-American now.
It will still happen. It will still happen in football. It'll happen less, but it will still happen in football.
Yeah.
Football is the one sport will happen.
Yeah. And those are the cool stories that bum me out. That's like, man, we got rid of the walk-ons.
No, Trent, but here's the stories you'll get instead of those. You'll get the stories of the guy who, instead of walking on a D1, he went to a D3 and then worked his way. You know, the guys who started at a D3 and then transferred to a D1, you know, for their last year. That's the stories you'll get instead of the walk-ons.
Yeah.
So
anyways, but yeah, so that another one, and I had something else. Somebody got that was a good way to take it there, Jordan. Man, what are Seth? Do you have anything? Like, is there anything with baseball? Like, do you hate launch angle or stuff like that, Seth? Like, you know,
I think
are you one of those guys that likes banana ball more than normal baseball?
No, I think there's one that's like I've heard a couple of times, like pitchers, like starting pitchers only throw 5 innings. One like
that one.
Like starting pitchers don't go as long, you know, or I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's always kind of stayed the same, but I mean, it's obviously
there's one big change. There's one big change in baseball that I think is this is me having the boomer take. No, pitchers not hitting in the NL. Like
I agree with that.
Leagues. I think I liked it. I also understand
pitchers hitting. That's what I'm saying. Like
pitchers like, but most of the time pitchers didn't hit. If that makes sense. Like pitchers hitting is cool, but most of the time they just gave up that out.
No, I know. And I get why it's a boomer take because it makes more sense. It's better for the game to have another hitter in there. But I'm just nostalgic and I enjoyed in the NL when the pitchers got a hit.
I liked it when pitchers felt like they needed to hit too. Like when Bumgarner refuses to do anything the Giants tell him to do, he just goes up there and just like, I'm going to hit a home run.
Or Bartolo Colon hitting the grand slam or whatever. Like that was great.
That is all. One of my favorite baseball moments of all time.
My favorite ones, the Diamondbacks fan, I don't know if you guys remember this, is when they were playing the Rockies in the wild card, and Archie Bradley had to go out and hit it. He hit like the winning RBI single, like, you know, because they ran out of ran out of players, you know, so he had to hit. Where if there's a universal DH, there's just a DH there, you know, the whole time.
Yeah, he's not going out.
Yeah, and it's weird because now they like pinch hit for the other guys too, whereas like they used to not do that as much. You would save your pinch hitters a little bit more. I think for baseball,
all for the pitchers, yeah.
Baseball, the shift. Do you like the shift, Jordan? I kind of like that they didn't do the shift, like they got rid of it, even though it hasn't really changed anything. It hasn't changed anything.
No, it definitely has changed stuff, Trent. There's a lot of guys have way better stats. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Absolutely. There's some guys, if they had the shift going, they would not have good stats at all.
I got one more, Trent. I got one.
Bring back fullbacks. And I miss fullbacks in the NFL.
Can we start games on time?
Yes.
Like, it's so annoying when like NFL's pretty solid about it. They start they'll start pretty much on time. Basketball is the absolute worst. The NBA is the worst.
Is it really?
A college? Oh, it's the worst. If it says 8:00, it doesn't start till 8:15 or 5 doesn't start till 5:15.
Wait, why though? Is that what does it have to do?
I don't know. It's got to help with the ratings.
I don't know why. And then
wow.
But like baseball is pretty good, but college football is not good either. College football, college basketball. College basketball is the same way. They always start late.
Well, you know what? It makes sense. The only sports I really watch is like I watch college football, and I watch NFL, and I watch baseball, and they all kind of start on time.
No, college football is not, Seth. College football never starts on time.
Maybe it's because maybe because I usually don't see kickoff.
The national championship's the only one I have noticed doesn't start on time, Jordan, and you might pay attention to that more. But like the national championship, it's always like 4:30 on a Monday, and that's why I always notice it. And I'm like, okay, here we are. It still has not started.
No, even regular college football, like on a Saturday, most college football games don't start on time.
Really.
A lot of that, I think, is because you have TVs, and so they overlap, and so they try to avoid overlap. Because a lot of those networks are showing back-to-back games,
Yeah.
But even like 9 o'clock games, sometimes they don't always start. But
yeah, I know. You know, now that I think about it, you're right. There's a ton of Fresno State games. They're waiting. Like Fox is waiting for a game to finish, and Fresno State starts an hour late. And you're like, this is awful. The game starts at 9 p.m.
The 9 a.m. games always usually start by 9:05.
Yes.
But then it's like as the windows go, like
and they compound and games are in overtime. Yeah, it's bad.
Yep. Yeah.
College
basketball is the same way.
Yeah. The hard hitting, what was it? I think like 90% of it turf. I feel like that's a boomer take. Like 90% of NFL players don't want turf. Honestly, this is probably my biggest boomer take with football. I think I've gotten to the point with the review that I am over. I like the challenges better when you got 2 a game. Not every TD is automatically challenged.
I like it too.
Every turnover is automatically challenged. You like it?
I don't mind that one.
Well, I just think let you use your turnover, let you use your challenges strategically. Like, hey, you got that TD wrong.
Well, and you know what's interesting, Trent, is there's so many things where it's like, hey, you review every score and everything that it's like, okay, we had enough evidence to overturn this, or we don't have enough evidence to confirm it. And it's like, it's so it's like 50-50 that it's like, okay, if we just went with the call on the field, like it would just be fine, but it's like, then you go into this ultra review and it's like, we actually can't really tell, and it's like, I hate that. I'm like, I don't want to take. I don't know.
I think take away the challenges if you're going to review every touchdown and every turnover.
Absolutely. Because what else? Why do we have a challenge? Like you challenge first downs. Like I don't know. That's pretty dumb. And half the time they just automatically review it.
Yeah. And now they have a microchip in the football that tells you where the ball is. So why do we have challenges? Like give us 3 a game. We'll call them whenever we want. And I thought it was perfect. And piggybacking off of that, this one I think is really going to get you guys going. And it kind of goes back to Seth's last point. I think when they review these plays, it should have to be in regular motion. Like, I don't think it should be like completely slow to see it. Like, I kind of like the human factor of like, I'm watching this from a different angle at the right speed. Like, I don't know. I kind of like the human factor of it a little bit there. And like what Seth said, a lot of times they slow it down. They're like, we still can't even tell. I don't know. But
well, it's it's the same thing as like I know you guys don't watch soccer, but like VAR now in soccer where like it's like offsides, but like you're going now like to fingernails, instead of it's like the one finger's offsides, instead of it's like, okay, like in normal, like I don't know, like it should be clear. Like
does it really go down lines to like the finger?
Yeah, they draw lines. Yeah, because it's automatic. Like
I wish it was just by like half a body or something, like how it normally is in normal soccer.
Was it Texas Tech a few years ago, Jordan, in the national championship, where the ball was out of bounds on the other guy? Then after watching it review and like ultra slow-mo, they noticed that the Texas Tech guy that like kind of touched his hand last. You remember that?
Yeah.
And that was one that I was like, that shouldn't be able to like slow it down that much that they noticed that like after it hit the guy that it actually was like still on his hand a little bit I just remember watching that replay.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. But I felt like that was one of the first ones where I was like, man, I felt like that replay there was like too,
because there's no way you see that in real life. They think it goes, oh yeah, that went off his hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no.
I like how baseball's doing it right now, Seth. Whereas what is it? You get 3 a game.
What? You get 2 challenges a game, and if you're wrong, you lose. That's it. You get 2.
What if like they did it to where like there was a 1-minute clock on every instant replay? So if you can't do it in 1 minute, the rule on the field stays the same.
Yeah, because 2 minutes.
You can't figure it out in 1 minute.
More commercial breaks. Yeah,
but in any sports, like if you can't figure it out in 1 minute, then you just go with what was called in the field.
Just like an absolute like national poll on YouTube while we're watching these to tell us what it is. Just from
it's
America.
Like, hey, we got to talk to New York about this review, and New York's just trying to figure out like, well, what does the script say? What's going to look good?
I didn't watch it, but was it UFL on Sunday that the refs now have to answer to the?
I have no idea.
No. The ref made a call. I don't remember if it was pass interference. Like, I didn't watch it. I just saw an X. But they interviewed the ref like live during the game, during like a
yes, they do that. Yeah.
And ask him why he made that call, and he has to explain why he made the call. And I thought that was kind of interesting.
Accountability.
That probably makes for a little bit.
The MLB
more
could use that garbage
than the NFL really wants to have. So, anyways, I don't know if we really got anybody's Mount Rushmore right there, but
we do. It's hard. We did.
I think we had some solid conversation there, though.
Yeah.
So,
yep, for sure.
Chat wasn't too crazy tonight, but we'll be back next week as always. A fun episode chatting. Remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes, really helps us out. Give us that like and sub, even if you weren't watching live. We will see you guys next week. Anything else you guys want to say before we say bye? Seth?
Nope.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. And as always, take care.